Hey guys, sorry I haven't made a video in quite a few days. It's been a long week, needless to say. I have fallen in my house twice and had the ambulance come get me. They thought I had broke my hip, but apparently I probably just tore and ripped some tendons and ligaments and my whole right side of my body. From my hip all the way down my leg, the side of my knee, my ankle, it is all bruised up. First time, my dumbass slipped on vegetable oil in the kitchen that I spilled and I was trying to clean up. Because the lid wasn't put on it good, and the outside of it was slick. The second time, I just, blacked out. I was walking out of the kitchen and just, everything went black. So, ended up in the hospital twice this week. But, anyways, where I'm at in Montana, we had this freak storm come through, and I have depression, so I'm sorry, but when it gets cold, the depression seems to be worse. I don't know, maybe that's not a thing. Y'all let me know. But mine seems to be that way. And then I realized yesterday, because I do Facebook Live videos, talk to all my friends and anybody else who wants to talk. And nobody in my entire life has ever told me anything like negative about how I talk, ever. Every time I've actually moved to a different state or anything, oh God, what the hell? I do have hair, guys, seriously. It's just always up in a bun or something. But every time I've moved to a different state, I get people telling me, oh my God, where are you from? I love your accent. You sound so cute. And something told me to just play back one of my videos to see how it maybe went, sounded. And I found out. I sound ghetto country. Yes, I was raised in a poor area. We were not rich by any means whatsoever. I mean, beans and stew were like the meal of the day because it was the cheapest meal. But I have a great mother. I'm a mama's baby. Always have been, always will be. Lately I've been really worried about her because was in the hospital for just over a week. And every time she would sit up, she would pass out. So we didn't think she was going to be able to walk again. They were actually really worried about it. They had talked about moving her to a rehabilitation hospital. But luckily, they were able to send her home, and they're just sending people out to my mother's house to help her out. So, needless to say, this week's been very, very stressful. My anxiety has been through the roof. My depression has been through the roof because I'm in Montana. Most of my family's in Florida. The rest of them are usually in, Texas. And I'm sure there's some scattered all over the place that I have moved that I don't know shit about because most of them don't speak to us. But that's all right, I'm probably the craziest one in my family. I've always been told that. My mother plays the song Cute but Psycho when I call. I listened to the lyrics of that and I was like, really? That's fucked up. So I made her a ringtone that says Wasted Away Again in Margaritaville because I've had to go with my sister and her ex-boyfriend to pick my mother up from a restaurant really, really damn drunk. That was not a fun day. I was expecting once we got her home that my sister and her boyfriend at the time were going to help me out with my mother. That's how drunk she was. And my mother never drinks, like ever. So, Like my whole life, I don't think I've ever seen her drunk until that day. And we get her home and in her room, they lock themselves in their bedroom and leave me to my mom. So I'm the one that's having to get her up and to the toilet to vomit and back to the bed, or just lay on the bathroom floor and just, rub her head and wipe her face with a wet rag. Anyways, that's, We look back and laugh on it now. All of us do. But anyways, me and my mother have a good bond, I think. Luckily, my dad and I have developed one. It wasn't always so great. He's always loved me, but we didn't always have the closest relationship or talking relationship, which was part of my depression growing up was, because he was in prison part of my life. Not for a long part of my life, but he was in prison. And then, we spent Christmases and things like that up there visiting. And it depressed me on top of making me angry. I didn't understand the whole, making stupid decisions when you have 3 fucking kids and a wife at home. But now that I am 36 years old, I realize, we all make fucked up choices. All make stupid decisions. I've made my own fair share of them, and I admit to them, and I apologize. And some people tell me when it comes to my kids, I shouldn't be so honest. Thought about that one. I've apologized to some people in the recent past, and told them I was sorry for being honest with my kids. And then I sat back and I thought about it, and I thought, how can that be wrong? I mean, you got to think, it's not like my kids are 3 or 4. My twins are almost 16. My oldest son is 18. And when they ask me a question, guess what? I'm going to fucking answer it honestly. Whether you like it or not, if it hurts your feelings or not, makes you look bad or not. I have learned through the years since I started getting help with my anxiety, which was 18 years old. I didn't start getting help till 18. I had decided, and I think it's the best thing you can do, is be honest. People tend to tell me, Shauna, there's a difference between being honest and brutally honest. Not to me. I think if you have to be extremely honest with someone in order to help them through something or to fix a very bad mistake in their life, I don't care how mad it makes them. I've had people be brutally honest with me about the mistakes I've made. Did I listen part of the time? No. Did I figure it out later? Yes, I did. But it takes somebody, for one, telling you, and then 2, repeatedly going to a mirror, looking at yourself, repeating what they said to yourself in the mirror, and asking yourself, am I really doing this? Really, really look back on it. I'm not an expert. It may not work for anybody else. That's how it worked for me. I didn't listen to anybody. That's what it took, was me, I went through a divorce. I'm back with my husband now. We're, remarried. But it tore up my marriage. It was not a healthy relationship for me to have around my children, because doctors had me so medicated on mental health medications and pain medications for my complex regional pain syndrome that I couldn't see straight, couldn't think straight. And my parents and everybody were telling me, you're on too much, you need to quit taking all the medication. And all I kept telling them was, a doctor has told me this is what's wrong and this is what has to be done to fix it. I trusted the doctors. So my advice to anybody out there, in my opinion, is I don't care how much it annoys your doctor. It's their job to answer every single question you've got. Every question, no matter what. and give you as much information as they possibly can, and not just throw a bunch of pills at you. You know, some things work for some people, some things don't work for others. One thing that has not worked for me is a therapist. I'll be honest. I've been seeing therapists off and on since I was 18. And this year I decided, when my psychiatrist told me, you need to see a therapist or, figure out something to do, to talk through this. And I thought, well, the therapist thing has not worked, because in my mind, my personal opinion is, when you hold something in and you don't let loose and let people know, and you don't open up and do that scary step of letting everybody know who you are and what you've been through, because they might judge you, sitting in a therapist's office to me is basically like holding it in. You have 4 walls, one person in front of you. You talk to that one single person in the whole world. That's where your problems stay, in a box. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. It didn't work for me. So I decided this year, I'm going to make a YouTube channel. And I'm going to go live on Facebook. And I'm going to let out all my dirty secrets. Everything that has made me who I am today. And I think, even though I have been through a lot, sexual assaults, rapes, attempted kidnappings, my dad being in prison, everything like that was traumatizing to me. Between the ages of 5 and 21, 22 years old. This all went on, off and on. I never talked about it. And when I was in 8th grade, when in middle school I got picked on, and then the summer before 8th grade I said, the hell with this. If somebody's gonna fuck with me, they're gonna get me. And come 8th grade, it got to the point where people were just scared of me. Not everyone, I'm sure, but a lot of people were just scared of me because I didn't care anymore. In high school, I didn't care anymore. But the only people that needed to be afraid of me were the ones that were bullies or, being they were sexually assaulting girls in the hallways, because that happened to me in middle school. I got shoved against a locker, and had somebody touch on me, and I won't name his name, because I know he has a family today, and he's probably a better person. I hope he's a better person. Let's say that. But I kept my mouth shut from everyone. I'm sure if my parents saw these videos, they would probably wonder, what the hell? Because I just didn't. I always thought, who's going to believe me? Or they're just going to blame me. It's my fault. I've learned as an adult, don't ever, this I do know for a fact, if you're a victim of a sexual assault, rape, or something to that nature, or you've had something traumatic happen to you, like that, it is not your fault. Do not blame yourself. You have got to forgive yourself. I don't care if you were drunk. I don't care if you wore a low-cut t-shirt or a skimpy pair of little shorts, or for you guys, because there are guys that are sexually assaulted. I don't give a damn what anybody says. It happens. Some of them are beaten and abused by women. So this whole women are the only ones in trouble is a bunch of BS. And that's coming from a female. And if the other females don't like me saying it, well, I don't give a damn. Because it's true. There are men out there that are abused. There are men out there that are raped. There are men out there that are sexually assaulted. It does happen. There are victims of every size, shape, color, and gender. So the thing I can tell you the most is don't blame yourself. You've got to forgive yourself. You are worth forgiving. You are worth living on this planet. You know, there's a purpose for you, or you wouldn't be here. There is a bright side. You could be in the darkest place in the world, in your mind. And when you wake up and you walk around, you could feel just like it's just a void, like it's nothing. I've been there. I still have days like that. And I have to pull myself through them. And I'm hoping you guys will too. That is the main purpose for my videos. You know, yes, like I said, one purpose is because I do need to get me, personally, who I am, out into the world for myself. I don't care what other people think of me. I really don't. I could give it, you know, 2 shits less. I don't care. You know, everybody's got an opinion. Everybody does. And that's fine, you know. I will listen to anybody's debate to try to say I'm wrong about something, and I may be. And I may be completely off base. But I'm telling you my experiences, things that have worked for me, things that have helped me. But the worst thing you can do is blame yourself. Give yourself some credit because you survived. You made it. Give yourself the credit you deserve. But do ask for help. Do something for you. Do something that you can do to release the weight of a damn elephant sitting on your chest, you know, and your whole body just feeling like it's locked up. Release that. Get rid of it. You've got to. You're still going to, even if you release it, you're still going to have days sporadically where you wake up and your depression and your anxiety and everything is so bad you don't want to get out of bed. Take some time for you. Relax. Take a break. Let the people around you know, this is what I'm going through. I just need a break. This is what I need from you today. Tomorrow could be totally different. I think most people that have anxiety and depression and bipolar, like I am, you know, I think all of us, I may be wrong, but I think we all have insomnia, which doesn't help our case out any because when you don't get sleep, things are worse. But if your mind is anything like mine, especially if you're having a really good day, like today is a really good day for me. I'm not in a whole lot of pain from my complex regional pain syndrome. My depression and stuff's not real bad today, amazingly. But when I go to try to go to sleep at night, one thing that just sits there in my mind, and it's almost like it repeats itself to me, is once you go to sleep, it's a new day tomorrow. You could be hurting. You could be really, really depressed. And for some reason, my mind goes to, well, if I don't go to sleep, surely this mood won't go, you know, south or sour on me. And I know, you know, when you think about it, it's not logical. You know, you're depriving yourself of sleep. So yes, things are going to get worse. But at the same time, for us, we dread that next day wondering what's coming. What's my day going to be like? Am I going to be hurting? Am I going to feel like I'm nothing? You know, the days you guys feel that way, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Shauna Brookman. I'm not scared to tell you who I am, where you find me. You know, just shoot me a message through Messenger saying, hey, I found you on YouTube or through Facebook Live. And I have mental health problems too and would really like to be friends and maybe be able to talk to you because I need someone I can lean on. Okay. We could do that. You know, I need to know that there's other people out there that feel the way I feel and that I'm not just the only single crazy person in this whole world. I know I'm not, logically, but there's days we don't think logically. So, anyways, my words to you guys always, before I end this video, is going to be, forgive yourself.